back to our channel. Today we will talk about how cyclone impacts the economy of the country. When cyclones unleash their fury, the effects resonate far beyond the immediate destruction. They ripple through our economies, leaving lasting scars. Let's take a journey through some real-life examples to understand the economic impact of cyclones. Take, for example, Hurricane Katrina, which hit the United States in 2005. The immediate impact was staggering. The storm caused an estimated $125 billion in damage, becoming one of the costliest natural disasters in US history. And then there was Cyclone Nargis, which ravaged Myanmar in 2008. This catastrophic event not only cost tens of thousands of lives, but also dramatically affected the country's economy in the long term. Myanmar's rice production, a key part of their economy, took a major hit, leading to increased prices and food shortages. The economic recovery took years. In 2019, CycloneIdai struck Mozambique, causing extensive damage. The cost of rebuilding was immense, placing a heavy burden on an already struggling economy. But it also led to a surge in international aid and investment in infrastructure, demonstrating how recovery efforts can stimulate economic activity. Starting June 1st, the Indian Meteorological Department initiated tracking of a potential cyclone forming in the Arabian Sea. Predictive models from both the Global Forecast System and the European Centre for Medium-Range Weather Forecasts indicated the likelihood of a storm's birth. By June 5th, a cyclonic circulation had developed in the Arabian Sea, and a corresponding low-pressure area had emerged from it. The system quickly intensified into a depression by the next day, prompting the Joint Typhoon Warning Center to issue a tropical cyclone formation alert. The IMD, recognizing the escalating threat, upgraded the status from a depression to a deep depression, and finally to a cyclonic storm, which was named Biparjoy. The JTWC began providing regular updates on the system, classifying it as Tropical Cyclone 02A. Satellite observation detected hot towers within the central dense overcast hiding the low-level circulation center. The cyclone's development continued, showing signs of a forming eye and strengthening to Category 1 equivalent winds of 130 km/h 6 hours later. By midnight on June 7th, the IMD elevated Biparjoy's status to a severe cyclonic storm, recording winds of 100 km/h. Even though the cyclone's cloud tops began to warm and the convective burst collapsed, resulting in outflow from the storm, it was upgraded to a very severe cyclonic storm at 6 o'clock Universal Time Coordinated. At this point, it reached Category 2 equivalent status on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale. The cyclone then experienced some weakening due to moderate easterly vertical wind shear, which displaced its deep convection from the LLCC. Despite the weakening, Biparjoy surprised forecasters by rapidly intensifying into a Category 3 equivalent cyclone on June 11th. It reached its peak as an extremely severe cyclonic storm, with sustained winds reaching up to 165 km/h. The decrease in shear and the increase in convective organization and area coverage, along with evident banding features in satellite images along the southern edge, pointed to the cyclone's continued evolution. In an effort to mitigate the impact of Cyclone Biparjoy, key organizations such as the Provincial Disaster Management Authority have initiated preventative measures. Collaborative meetings have been held among stakeholders to devise preparedness strategies. The pdma has assigned related authorities with the tasks of mapping out vulnerable areas, launching public awareness initiatives, drafting evacuation plans, and safely relocating inhabitants from threatened coastal regions. As part of the precautionary actions, authorities have cleared Karachi of billboards and signboards, and have recommended voluntary evacuation from the city's coastal residential areas. In response to the impending threat of Cyclone Biparjoy, India's Meteorological Department issued warnings to local authorities in Gujrat on June 12, 2023, urging them to ready themselves for possible evacuations. Those living in coastal zones were advised to stay indoors as the cyclone neared. The Gujarat government responded by dispatching national and state disaster response teams to high-risk areas. In addition to Gujarat, the cyclone was expected to cause rainfall in multiple states along India's western and southern coasts. The Indian Meteorological Department forecasted heavy rains in specific regions of Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Goa in the following days. Cyclones can bring economies to their knees, but they can also inspire resilience, innovation, and cooperation. By understanding the economic impact of these devastating events, we can better prepare for and respond to future storms. In the face of nature's fury, we learn, we adapt, and we rebuild. That's the power of the human spirit. With prayers that may Almighty keep you all safe. See you next time.